Good morning. Another belief hack moment for you. And today we're going to address something that one of our friends commented on from one of my last videos, the video I did where I talked about the quote, or I've suffered many trials in my life, although none of them ever really happened. And the comment was really nice. I appreciate that comment, Shonda. I'm glad it was helpful for you. And yes, I do have some thoughts on overthinking and getting upset about people not doing their jobs, and then you happen to be the one to pick up the slack. So that's what we're going to talk about today. And hopefully this is helpful for you as well as all the rest of the listeners. What I'm going to do is we're going to talk about fundamental techniques in handling people. And this is, again, some very powerful stuff that I got years ago from the great Dale Carnegie. And so if you've never read Dale Carnegie's book, How to Win Friends and Influence People, I try to read that book often, at least every quarter of the year. And it is a transformational read, so I highly encourage you to get that book. It's all super simple stuff, easy to implement, incredibly powerful when implemented. So let's talk about this, specifically the workplace and being frustrated with other people or overthinking that you're the only one doing the stuff and nobody else is doing their job and that it's all left up to you and you're always the one getting stuck in this place. One of the fundamental techniques that Dale Carnegie speaks of and shares is you're not ever going to get anybody to do shit unless you can encourage in them an eager want to do so. That's really important. And another issue in this, as I can just understand it from your question, is you're overthinking in your mind potentially about this situation. It's starting to bug you, right? It's getting under your skin. You're getting frustrated about it. So I'm sure you're probably not doing fundamental 2, which is give honest and sincere appreciation. Be lavish in your praise. Now you might be saying, why would I want to be lavish in my praise when these dummies aren't doing anything? Well, what you really need to consider is this. Again, no one's ever going to do squat unless you can help encourage them to have an eager desire to want to do so for themselves. So you got to put yourself out of the way. And what you've got to do is you've got to play a game with yourself. And I do this. I don't do it as often as I should, and I'm the first one to say I go against these principles far too many times that I would like to even admit. And sadly, I do it with people that I love, people that I come associated with, people that I work with. So we're all human. The goal is to continue to do better, right? So my suggestion would be play a game with yourself. And make that game be trying to find something that they're doing in the day that is part of what they're supposed to be doing, and then be lavish in your praise about it. It has to be sincere appreciation, so get that. Be sincerely appreciative that they're doing something. And if you have to put your mindset in a place of, hey, at least they're doing something, that might help you to bring some emotion and sincerity into your praise. Catch them doing something good and praise it. And again, the 3 C's of Dale Carnegie: never criticize, condemn, or complain. When you do that, you crush an individual's spirit. They will not want to do anything at that point, and why would they? You don't like to be criticized, condemned, or complained either. Now, here's a very unique thing that you might want to think about, and this is an NLP technique, talking about physiology and rapport and communication with people, but you may say to me, Jay, I'm not criticizing them, I'm not complaining, I don't say anything to them about it, it just bugs me and I keep it to myself. Well, internal dialogue is very powerful. And in your mind, if you're criticizing them or condemning or complaining about them, you can bet your ass that they feel it from you. You don't have to say it out loud. It's one of those things that we pick up unconsciously. Our acute sensory awareness picks up on things, and we've learned this our whole life growing up from so many references, but it could be a slight look down when you're walking by them, or it could be anything in your physiology, and we pick up on those things. Have you ever been in a house, you go over with your significant other to have dinner with a couple, and you show up, and you can just feel the tension in the room like it's real. These people have been fighting and arguing, but yet they're putting on a fake smile and acting as though everything's okay. Your sensory acuity is picking up on something that is there in a negative space, and then you feel it also. So for sure, if you're being critical, if you're being condemning, or you're complaining about these people that you're referencing you're having some struggles with, even if you don't do it outside verbally through your mouth, if you're doing it in your head, they can pick up on it. So be aware of that. So here's the fundamental breakdown for you. Principle number 1, never criticize, condemn, or complain. Principle number 2, give honest and sincere appreciation. That is the greatest human need. We all want to feel important. We all want to feel recognized. And again, I've done this in so many settings. I've coached, sports teams, professional athletes. I've worked with professional sales organizations, medical staff across the country, all kinds of cool things. And in that space, you really see clearly that we all have this internal just yearning to be recognized with appreciation, to feel like we're important. And I've dropped the ball many times in that space. I'm sure all of us have, right? This is just part of our learning. So we want to recognize that, and we want to do way better. And then lastly, arouse in the person an eager want or desire. So how can you arouse? Think about things from their point of view, Shonda. Think about things from their space. From their perspective, what would it be that they might want in order to perform their job more efficiently, to be more effective as a team member? Do they want to feel connected to the team? Do they want to be just simply recognized and acknowledged for doing some of this work because it might be very repetitive? If so, it could be as simple as that, showing them sincere appreciation. You have to figure this out, but think about what it is that you could identify that they want, and then arouse in them an eager want for that. And that's a real powerful way to be getting along with people. For a full in-depth study and more on this information, you can go to the YouTube channel. I'll be posting it there shortly, as well as on the Facebook. There will be some links, and on Instagram there's some links below here too, where we go into a complete deep dive on these first 3 fundamentals on handling people. Very powerful stuff. I highly encourage that you try to implement these. Play a game with yourself. Find something that you can compliment them on, and something that you can show them sincere appreciation for. Play a game with yourself. Catch yourself if you're being condemning in your thoughts, or if you're criticizing, or God help you, if you're criticizing verbally to other people at the workspace, because you know that's going around. So don't criticize, condemn, or complain, period. End of story. Just don't do it. And then play a game with yourself. Try to find something that you know that they want, and then help arouse that want and that desire for them towards that objective. It's really good stuff, and when you start doing this with yourself, you actually can have a lot of fun with it and play games with yourself, and you'll be stunned at watching how it works. It's literally magic for people. So you're awesome. You're great. Go out and have a great day, and we'll talk to you on the next one.